Hello, my loving students. How are you all? We know you all have performed very well in 4 December FMG examination. All the questions were from our missed notes. Today, I am discussing explanation of one OBG question asked in 4 December examination. The question was, a lady presents with secondary amenorrhea and history of uterine curettage conducted for abortion. Her FSH is 7 milli international units per ml. What is likely diagnosis? And options were ovarian failure, uterine synechia, pituitary failure, and pregnancy. My loving students, this is a chocolate question. We have discussed it number of times in our classes. She is presenting with secondary amenorrhea and history of uterine curettage. Examiner has given a big keyword, a big clue. FSH is 7 milli international units per ml. That is, FSH is within normal limits here. So what is happening here? Her FSH is normal. Pituitary functions are normal. And there is history of uterine curettage. What happens with curettage? What is happening with uterine curettage? With uterine curettage, suppose this is uterus, and this is a curate. During this uterine curettage, if there is excessive curettage, it may lead to fibrosis in endometrium. And when fibrous bands develop in endometrium, this condition is called Asherman syndrome. These fibrous bands don't allow endometrium to proliferate and endometrium remain thin. And what is menstruation? Menstruation is shading of endometrium. If endometrium is thin, less of it would be shed off. So first of all, Asherman syndrome will result in hypomenorrhea and will ultimately lead to amenorrhea. So because of this uterine curettage and normal FSH, answer here should be something related to which pathology? Ovarian failure, uterine synechia, pituitary failure, pregnancy. Let's have a quick look at the options again. Uterine synechia are clearly indicating Asherman syndrome. Had it been ovarian failure, had it been ovarian failure, what is secreted from ovary? Estrogen. So had it been ovarian failure, estrogen levels could be low, and which might have resulted in increased FSH. But FSH is normal here. So in ovarian failure, FSH will be high. So ovarian failure is ruled out. Uterine synechia, yes, it could be the answer. Let's have a look at all the options, because the best way to solve any MCQ is you have to read all the options till last letter. Pituitary failure. Had it been pituitary failure, FSH had to be low. Pregnancy. Pregnancy, we know it is most common cause of secondary amenorrhea. But if it is a pregnancy, her urine pregnancy test should be positive. Nowhere it is written like this. If there is history of uterine curettage, she might be facing difficulty in conceiving. So pregnancy is absolutely ruled out. So answer here is uterine synechia, Asherman syndrome. Let's have a quick look how the endometrium look like after excessive curettage. This is the ultrasound appearance of endometrium after uterine curettage. Have a look here. This is the ultrasound appearance of endometrium after uterine curettage. See what's happening here. This is endometrium. This is endometrium, and in this endometrium you can see these fibrous bands. These are all fibrous bands in endometrium, and these fibrous bands have formed as a result of excessive curettage. And because of these fibrous bands, endometrium is not proliferated, endometrium remains thin. Because endometrium remains thin here, first of all, it will result in hypomenorrhea and ultimately in ME node. Have a look at another picture of Asherman syndrome. Look like. This is a normal uterus. This is a normal uterus here, and this is Asherman syndrome. As you can see here, they are here. They are all fibrous bands here. You can see these fibrous bands inside uterine cavity. How to treat Asherman syndrome? If Asherman syndrome has developed, how are you going to treat it? The treatment for Asherman syndrome is hysteroscopic adhesiolysis. We use the hysteroscope, and via this hysteroscope, we break all these adhesions in uterine cavity. Treatment of Asherman syndrome is hysteroscopic adhesiolysis, followed by insertion of a balloon catheter or a IUCD in uterine cavity, followed by administration of estrogen along with progesterone for proliferation of endometrium. So answer to this question is uterine synecdoche. Thank you very much.